we are once again for episode 22. It's so close. I kind of like the final couple of episodes because they all kind of like join together and just like repeat. Like they have a continuous storyline, like even though they're all separate episodes, they all continue one another. And that's what I really like about the final episodes. Yep, so we won't wait anymore and just jump straight into episode 22.
A horse like that doesn't race. He wins. Maybe you'll see it on TV. Who'll be in the winner's circle?
I wouldn't get too cocky straight away, Veronica. What's that saying about... Ugh, don't worry, I've gone blank. The saying about chewing your own horn too easily. Yeah, I can't, don't worry. It's too early in the morning for this.
If he's racing in the Bridgemont Cup, what's he doing here? Shouldn't he be at a racing stable?
Daddy doesn't trust just anyone to look after him.
Yes, but we trust the Pine Hollow stable hands, you know, the ones I'm always complaining about never doing a good enough job. I trust them to take care of my $1 million racehorse. But not a racing stable. Oh God, no, never trust those. But Red...
You can wash these. Windsong will need them for Saturday.
Owning a horse comes with lots of responsibilities, and one of them is cleaning up after your horse. They're a tiring job, but they have to be done.
You believe that's Veronica's horse? I don't get it. It's like the meaner she gets, the more good stuff happens to her. And
well, to be fair, she won't be the one riding the horse. It's just the horse is in her name. You know, don't get too envious. She'll never ride that horse.
I can do whatever I want. Why?
I'm tired of riding Bark. I want Prancer.
Consider it done.
Oh, what I don't like about the TV show, and I love the books, is in the books, you don't just get assigned to one horse. You know, you might be riding Prancer one day, Patch the next, Pepper, Delilah. You don't ride the same horse every single lesson unless you own that horse. And that's what I don't like about the TV series, is they're always seen riding the same horse. And, you know, in lessons I can understand Lisa riding Prancer, but when she's, you know, in her own free personal time, why isn't she seen riding another horse? And like, oh, Prancer's in a lesson today, so we're riding Delilah. Like in the books. But yeah, in the books they ride different horses in different lessons because you can learn more from a different horse. A different horse will teach you different skills and responsibilities. And yeah, that's why I like the books better than the TV series.
Then let me do my job.
Wish you would.
If I race him flat out every session, he'll have nothing left for Bridgemont.
I'm not interested in excuses. I need results.
It's not an excuse, it's a fact. You can't tire out a horse. That's not an excuse, it's a fact of life. Even Mrs. Reg knows it.
Even longer to train a winning horse.
Did you know Ethan's dad, Mrs. Reg?
We shared a common interest in horses.
Well, to be fair, everyone in the horse industry knows everyone, and when I started the series I thought it was going to be like more Saddle Club fans watching it, and I thought I was going to have to explain every equine side of things, but it turns out more equestrians watch my series than anything else. So as you would all know, the horse industry is very, very small, and everybody knows everybody. So, you know, you mention a name and it's like, oh yeah, I know them. You know, you either know them personally or you know of them. You can't escape this industry without your name being pulled around. Everyone knows everyone, unfortunately. So it's the industry you don't want to make a mistake in, because once your name is out there in a negative way, everybody knows it.
You can't do that!
Why is Carol riding Dime? Oh my god. Give me 2 seconds. Like, oh, just going back 2 seconds. It said Carol was on Dime. Steve isn't on Bell at least. But Carol's riding Dime. What happened to Starlight? Oh, that's hilarious. Oh jeez, Carol, you're gonna be disappointed when you come back.
You can't do that! I just did. Max assigned Prancer to me. Don't worry.
And other people. You're not the only person in the world who gets to ride Prancer. There are other people assigned to Prancer too, you little princess.
Nothing to worry about. Drew assigns the school horses, not Veronica.
Well, someone should tell Carol she's been assigned a school horse and not her own horse. You know, is Starlight sick or something? No one has specified why Carol is riding Dime and not her regular horse.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say I'm a huge fan. All those horses your dad trained. Eclipse, Sundancer, Moonlight's Desire.
Don't you hate that when people bring up, you know, either your parents or your siblings? The amount of times people have come to me and been like, oh, your sister, I love her. Oh, I love your sister. It's like, okay, you can tell her that because I'm not passing it on.
I watched all the races and good luck with Windsong.
You're a racing fan.
More like a horse fan.
Well, the racing industry and the horse industry, you might as well just cut them separate. It's a very different world in the racing industry.
If you need any help,
You spend any time around racehorses?
Yeah, I used to exercise them for David McLeod.
I don't even think that was legal, by the way. You were about 11 years old when you did that. And no one would let an 11-year-old girl race racehorses, no matter how experienced you claim to be. And I don't know how legal that was with David McLeod.
Ashley on Jasper. Who's Daddy going to ride? You know what Drew should do? He should be Veronica on Buck. Or Dime.
Well, he can't do that because Veronica owns her own horse. Veronica doesn't have to ride a school horse. So that won't be happening.
3 new bridles and a saddle
Yeah?
for school horses.
Yeah?
We don't buy tack for school horses.
Yes, you do. You don't buy tack for the horses that aren't school horses. That's their owner's responsibility. School horses are your responsibility, and you have to buy tack for them because they're Pine Hollow's horses. Do you know nothing about running a business?
But you're right, I can't deal with everything. So when it comes to the students, you talk to my daughter, Veronica.
Talk to my daughter, Veronica. You couldn't have just said, talk to my daughter. We all know she's your daughter. You don't need to emphasize, talk to my daughter, Veronica. We all know she's your daughter. You know? Just have a chat with my daughter or have a chat with Veronica. You didn't need to add both in the same sentence.
Come on, cut, and his price goes up.
I'm doing everything I can to get him ready.
I'm so tired. Where's the fire, the energy?
I was just about to...
You're making him race so much, he's tired out. It's like a human. You make a human run laps, you're eventually going to get tired and collapse. Horses are the same. You can't overwork them.
Pine Hollow can no longer offer you free tuition in exchange for your chores.
Well, duh. The tuition is not free. I do work in exchange.
Well, we can't afford that arrangement any longer.
So she works to pay off her board, basically. You know, that money comes in somehow.
Basically, what I'm trying to say is, if Stevie doesn't do that work, they would be paying somebody else to do it as well. So basically, Veronica would be wasting more money instead of saving it, as somebody else eventually does have to do that job. It can't just vanish.
Like, does Veronica not see that? She basically does do free work to get her board for free.
Did he? But what if Windsong actually does get sick from Starlight's food? It was an accident.
It's just common food. Windsong once ate that food before he was a racehorse. Nothing's gonna done. What you feed Starlight is common horse food. No horse is gonna die from eating that. Just relax. Windsong once ate that food too. He's never not. He hasn't always just been eating the same food.
What if they catch you? I'll go. What? Nobody told me to stay away from Windsong?
Well, yeah, he did. He said the only people who could go near the horse is him and Mr. D'Angelo, basically saying, stay away. He practically did say that.
You can tell Carol that Windsong's fine. He's eating, drinking, and no, she didn't wreck him.
I would say he's dehydrated if he just drank everything that you filled up 2 minutes ago. I'd call that a dehydrated horse. I'd be worried.
We were just taking our saddles out. Why?
To tack up our horses.
Max,
Because, you know, we just have a collection of saddles at the back. We kind of like taking saddles for our own fun. We have a collection. Do you want to see?
and Drew may have forced you to work, but we D'Angelos don't believe that paying students should have to do manual labour.
But I want to tack up my own horse.
How are we supposed to learn otherwise?
You're here to learn how to ride.
And learning to ride also includes learning to tack up, learning to brush, learning horse behaviour. There are other things besides riding a horse that you have to learn. You have to learn how to clean your tack, clean your bridle after each ride. You need to learn these sort of things. You know, there's more to life than riding a horse, and unfortunately the manual labour helps you to become a better rider.
I'm sure Drew will be very happy to share it with you.
You're just turning everyone into a mini version of you because you don't like tacking up a horse, because you don't like grooming a horse, because you don't like cleaning your tack. You want everyone to be like that.
Veronica. A number of people have come to me with complaints about the way you've been treating them.
Who?
That's not a...
I want names. Pretty much every staff member and student you have bullied. Leave it at that. You don't need names. It's just every staff and student you have bullied.
Not important. The point is that you can't tell Red
What did he tell you?
or any of the staff what to do. You're not their boss.
Well, I'm the executive student president.
In other words, jack shit. You just have a title because your dad gave it to you. It doesn't mean anything. Drew is in charge of what happens around the stables.
I take my responsibilities very seriously, but it seems I'm the only one. Drew speaks to me as if I'm like...
Do you want to scream so everyone in the cafe can hear your first world problems?
Then, he tells me I'm spending too much money.
Unbelievable.
All
You don't see it? Seriously? You don't see the fact that you're spending too much money?
What he cares about is this stupid horse race. It's like his whole future depends on it.
Imagine. I gotta go. You wanna ride?
No, my mum's picking me up.
See you later.
Bye.
Heavier tear.
You're just gonna walk out without paying for your drink? Well, aren't you sweet?
I often get confused when I see you behaving like a horse's...
Excuse me?
Horse's ass. But this is a kid's show, so we're not gonna display that.
I'll have another strawberry shake, thanks. And don't hold back on the malt.
You can just pinpoint the moment his heart sank.
And he's cute. Irish. That silly one-sided grin.
But Jake was Irish, and that's what you liked about him. The fact that he was Irish and cute and red-haired. Scooter is just another implementation of him. You know, he is Jake 2.0. But for some reason you had a crush on Jake. But you find Scooter a bit... You know, they were both young, dumb and stupid. They're practically the same person. You know, they based Scooter off Jake. But for some reason you don't like Scooter, but you loved Jake.
I don't have time for all that paperwork nonsense, Veronica. Get real.
It's the only way to be sure people aren't stealing the gear.
Come on. But you know...
Who's got time to steal horse riding gear? Like, was anything stolen before? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Obviously nothing was stolen before besides the stupid tack thief after attention in season 1. We've moved past that. He was just an idiot, wanting his dad's attention. No one steals tack. If nothing was stolen before, what's the point in that? It's only going to make people want to steal it more. They'll sign out in a fake name. And yeah. I've been on this side of this whole signing out bullshit. I know what happens. People get cocky and stupid and do the wrong thing. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Everyone here.
Really?
Yes. You're just doing all this to be a horse's butt.
Ass is the proper terminology, but kid show.
You just don't understand how to run a stable. That's why you're a stable hand, and you always will be a stable hand.
Ooh, what a threat. That is such a threat.
Red, wait! She didn't mean it!
Yes, she did.
I'll make her say sorry.
Well, that doesn't mean anything. Don't make someone say sorry. The whole point of sorry is the whole sympathetic side of things. Sorry means nothing if you don't mean the meaning behind it. Don't make someone say sorry. You know, I hate when people just, oh, I'm sorry. It's like, no, you're not sorry. And when you are sorry, you can come back and tell me. But until, you know, don't say the word I'm sorry if you don't mean what you say. I hate that about people. Unless you really are sorry, do not say that word. Don't even say it just to end the conversation. Oh, I'm sorry. You know, don't. It's the most important word in the whole language. It could mean so much to someone for you to say those words. Unless you say it sympathetically and really mean it, don't say it at all. I hate that about people. It's my biggest pet peeve.
What's wrong?
It's okay. It's gonna be alright.
The one time they actually lock the door will be the one time she needs to get out in a hurry. It's just always the case.
It's just me.
That horse is not making those whinny sounds because the horse's mouth isn't even moving. A horse has to move their mouth like we do to make those whinny sounds. Like, oh my god, at least make it believable. I wouldn't be kneeling down. Even if you push in a corner, I'd be trying to get out of there as fast as you can. If a horse is acting like that, I wouldn't be trying to kneel down because you're only going to get hurt. Show that you are taller than the horse and stand up. She's showing fear and the horse is sensing that. So the horse is going to be like, right, we're scared. Why do we need to be scared? You know, what's happening? In this situation, I know it's hard. And like, I know if I was in that situation, I'd probably be doing the same thing. But it's important that you don't go into a corner and you try to get yourself out of there. Even the horse she could have just turned around and gotten out. I know it's hard when you're in the moment. Believe me, I do. Because all these things about emergency dismounts, I could never do them when my horse took off and I ended up breaking both my arms because I didn't do it properly. But yeah, you know, it's hard in the moment, but it's hard because you can't train for these moments unless you're in the moment. Another episode done and dusted. If you did like this episode, please give it a big thumbs up, and also please do subscribe for more, and please sign the petition that I have linked in the description box below. Me and 14 others are trying to get the unreleased music from season 2 and season 3 released, because if you're a big fan of the Saddle Club, you'll know that so many singles from season 2 went unreleased and 2 whole albums from season 3 went unreleased, and why tease us with these songs if you're not gonna let us have them? So that's my goal, and as well as 14 others. So if you could join us below, that would be great, and I'll see you next time in the next episode. Bye guys.